Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So I'm in the office today doing a little research for a novel that I'm writing. I've written 2 novels already, crime fiction, about the Mafia out in Los Angeles. So I'm researching the 3rd in the series, and I ran across this list on this. I'm on this site right now called the Mafia Weekly. It's the Mafia Weekly, the Mafia Weebly, Weebly. But they have a lot of information on this site, and they have this thing. It's called the 10 Commandments of the Mafia. And it says, in November 2007, Sicilian police reported to have found a list of 10 commandments in the hideout of Mafia boss Salvatore Lo Piccolo. According to Italian investigators, Salvatore, who had been on the run since '93, was trying to become the next boss of bosses of the Sicilian Mafia. So this is similar to the biblical 10 Commandments, and let's just get right into it and go through it. I looked over it briefly, but I really haven't gone through this, so we're going to kind of do it together. Commandment number 1. See, I'm wearing my Michael Corleone Godfather hat, if you haven't noticed, just for this video. It's an uncomfortable fucking hat. No one can present himself directly to another of our friends. There must be a third person to do it. So these guys have a rule. If there's 2 made guys, 2 made Mafia members in a room, at a party or wherever, at a restaurant or a bar, wherever, and they're not friends with each other, they don't know each other, but maybe they are aware that they're each members of families, they can't just go up and start talking and interacting about mob stuff. If they interact and if they talk, they're going to have to pretend that they're both just regular civilians. They have to be introduced by a third person to break the ice. And the third person obviously has to be also a member. And once they're introduced, then they can do whatever they want. They can be criminal buddies or whatever. Commandment number 2. Never look at the wives of friends. Now that's a good one, and we should all follow that commandment. You shouldn't be eyeballing the wife of your friends. You shouldn't be fucking your friend's girlfriend. There's plenty of other pussy out there, and when you fuck somebody else's wife or girlfriend, when you mess with their piece of ass, that ruins everything. It ruins everything. I've seen people get killed over this, and it's a dumb thing to get killed for. It's something that you could have avoided. It's stupid. Commandment number 3. Never be seen with cops. So these guys are pretty strict with it. And the way I grew up, there was always a rule. And it wasn't just unique to me. I think it was everybody in my generation. When I came up on the streets, particularly in my early 20s, if there's lots of cops everywhere in the neighborhood, if a cop is driving by and he gives me a nod and I'm out front of my apartment, and he drives by slow, patrolling, and he sees me, and he's like, "How you doing, citizen?" That kind of nod. I cannot nod back. If I were to risk nodding back just as a friendly person, "How you doing, Mr. Officer?" And somebody were to see that shit, were to see me interact with that cop like that, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. They're instantly going to think I'm a snitch. So you got to just ignore these motherfuckers. If they walk by and you're sitting, on your car and they stroll on by and they say hi, you don't say nothing back to them. You pay them no mind. Let's go to the next one. Commandment number 4. Now this one is, I don't think this is real. I don't know what's up with this one. I'll read it and I'm not going to spend much time on it because I think it's bullshit. Don't go to pubs and clubs. I don't know what that's about. Every mob guy, I've known several Mafia guys, made man in different families of the Mafia. None of them have had that rule. They all drank and they all like to go to pubs and clubs. And I've known guys that have run gambling rackets, and the only place you can find them, the only way you're going to find them, is to go to the bar. So I don't know what that one's about. Let's go to the next one. Number 5, 10 Commandments of the Mafia. Always being available for Cosa Nostra is a duty. even if your wife's about to give birth. See, that would suck, right? And you're sitting there and you're just about to watch your son being born. The son is, your kid is halfway out, and they're trying to pull your son from your wife, you know, and you're in the moment of birth, and you get that call on your cell phone. You got to go. I mean, that's it. And you can't be like, oh, well, I didn't get the call. I was pissing, or my phone was turned off. It was charging. You can't say nothing like that. You got to go. And if you're not ready to make that kind of choice, to be that kind of loyal, then you shouldn't be fucking with this stuff. Number 6, appointments must absolutely be respected. So I'm assuming they mean appointments between members, between made guys. If me and you are both made guys and I schedule an appointment with you, I can't duck out on that. Oh, sorry, or, you know, I just wasn't feeling like it, or something came up. You have to go to an appointment that you have. You have to make those appointments. It's respect. And you can't be late. You can't be late for shit. That's a huge pet peeve of mine. If you're late for an appointment that we have and it's business related, you're done. Let's go to the next one. These are the 10 Commandments of the Mafia, found in Salvatore Lo Piccolo's house when the Sicilian police were raiding him, arresting him, and apparently this is a real thing. And they found this document in his house with these commandments. Number 7, wives must be treated with respect. So I think that goes without saying. That's a good rule. You should treat your wife with respect if you want her to treat you with respect. She's not your slave. She's not your mom. She's not your hooker. You know, I mean, you got to treat her. She's a person. You got to treat her like a real person. You got to treat her like you love her. Now, if you treat your wife well and you're a real man and you do what men are supposed to do, you're not a punk. You're not a bitch, whiny little loser, some emasculated little feminine idiot. If you're alpha and you're a real man, you're a high value man, your wife will bend over for you anytime you want, make you a sandwich anytime you want, do anything for you. You don't even have to ask her. But it's a two-way street. I've seen a lot of motherfuckers who they've treated their wives bad. And I've told chicks this before. You don't want a gangster. Because a lot of these gangsters are violent against women. My dad was. My dad loved beating women. He loved it. He loved to smack a chick around. I don't know what is up with guys like that, but there are guys like that. My dad was one of them. It's terrible. So let's go to the next one. 10 Commandments of the Mafia. Commandment number 8. When asked for any information, the answer must be the truth. So they're talking about within the mafia. Obviously not with cops or lawyers or DAs or anything like that. Public defenders, whatever. Judges. They're just talking about, for example, your boss, your capo, the boss of the family, whoever your higher up is, your immediate supervisor. When they ask you, you know, did you kill that guy or did you rob them after you killed them? What happened last night? You have to tell them the honest truth. When you debrief off of a mission, you have to tell them what happened. You have to be honest. And that's an important rule. Let's go to the next one. Number 9. 10 Commandments of the Mafia. Money cannot be appropriated if it belongs to others in the family, to others in your family or to other families. Okay, I get it. So money cannot be appropriated if it belongs to others in your family or other families. So you basically, you just can't rip off people in your family or other families. There has to be some sort of honor among thieves. That's how wars, they had mob wars back in the 30s and 40s and shit before the commission was really established. And that's why Lucky Luciano established the commission, was to stop the violence. It's bad for business. And if people can share and cut people in, they really do stop a lot of useless violence. There's a lot of different gangs that could learn that model. I'm looking at the 1% biker world. What if the Hells Angels and the Mongols were to share their turf, share some of their rackets. Maybe I'm the one who's stupid. Let's go on. 10 Commandments of the Mafia. Number 10. This is the last one. People who can't be part of Cosa Nostra. Okay, so this is just going to be a small list of people who are not allowed to join. Let's see how many of us are on this list. So number 10 are people who can't be part of Cosa Nostra. Cosa Nostra means our thing. Cosa Nostra exists in America. Technically, the Mafia exists in Sicily. But it's all just semantics. So you cannot join La Cosa Nostra if anyone who has, if you have a close relative who's in the police. So if your brother or uncle or dad or somebody like that is a cop, too bad, you're not joining. They don't want you. And there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it. I promise I'm a good guy. I promise. No, they don't want to fuck with you. So you cannot join La Cosa Nostra if you are two-timing, or if somebody in your family, immediate relative, is two-timing, sleeping around, cheating on their wife, cheating on, that kind of thing. So if your brother is cheating on his wife, you're probably not getting into the Mafia. You're going to be so pissed at your brother. So you can't join the Mafia if you behave badly and don't hold to moral values. So, you could be a big earner, big time criminal, big time fucking gangster. Have your own crew, have your own rackets. You could be big shot. But if you're going around, say, for example, like raping chicks or something, doing something fucked up like that, you ain't joining. They don't want you. They want men of honor. So these are the 10 Commandments of the Mafia. It's kind of new to me. And thanks for watching.